Now that we have an initial plan, we can start budgeting for this project. For the budgeting, I will use a budget matrix. In the budget matrix, I get a timeline for the project. In this case, due to this being a very small project, I decided to outline this as a weekly budget. I could also select it as daily, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. And I see my timeline down here. I'll define what I will budget for. In this case, I will budget on a group level, meaning I will not select a specific named individual. Instead, I will budget for a group of people, and the costing and pricing will be based on a standard rate for those groups. And by standard rate, that could, of course, be a standard rate defined for this particular project, but in this case, I have not defined any special rates for this project. I will select a group of people. I'll select technicians in this case. And we can then enter the number of hours required to perform each of the tasks. Let's say for specification, we need the technician for only a few hours to be part of a review. The client meeting, we will not need the technicians, but for the development phase, we might need, let's say, 40 hours of development time. And following that, there might be 40 hours of test time. Implementation time will be done mostly by a consultant, but I'll include a day of assistance from the technician. And for client test and approval, we will not need time from the technician. And I could continue this with additional groups, putting in also time for project management, consultants, etc. But let's leave it at this. In the project matrix, as mentioned, the hours are converted into both a cost side and a price side. I can view this here as well, seeing what is my estimated cost and what is my estimated price as well, giving me a total budget for the entirety of the project. This is also highlighted within my project plan now. I have my estimated costs. I have a total of that. And I can see the number of hours I have for each of the tasks. Currently, I do not have any values in my usage columns because we have not tracked any cost against this project as of yet. So one option here is the budget matrix. What I see a lot used is a budget journal. You can either simply push in data from Excel here, and that could either be, its most simple form, copy and paste from Excel. If you have an Excel sheet with the same lines, it could also be some of that edit in Excel functionality, if that makes sense. I've seen some doing imports in here, create a small bit of code, even using configuration packages. Some way or form, you need to get that data into this table. And what is the best version? I don't know. There are different ways of doing it. In the end, and I'll just do a change budget because then I can pull in what we already have on this project so you can see what it looks like. This is what we want to get to. What is the date? What is the project? What is the task? What are we budgeting for? In this case, a named resource called David. 2 hours of work at this cost, at this price. Of course, if it's fixed price, it doesn't matter what the price is. And maybe any dimensions, etc. And in its most simple form, it has to be like 5 or 6 columns you want to bring in there, because if you don't fill in the unit costs, then of course it'll take the setup of the system. So you need to know the date, the project, the task, and what you're budgeting for and how much.